two streets in one part of Leicester, there was a Ganesh Chaturthi celebration going on. And they were celebrating it with gusto in the streets. You know how the Maharashtrians, they have this big thing about Ganesh Chaturthi, and the community have a similar sort of approach. So they were celebrating it on the streets. In neighbouring streets, there were mosques. And in one of the mosques, it was expressed that this noise was causing a problem for the local community. The following evening, a van pulled up outside of a house, a Hindu home, where they were celebrating Ganesh Chaturthi in a tent. 5 young men jumped out of the van and started to throw eggs and other projectiles towards the murti and towards the tent. They didn't know that inside were 20 or 30 young Hindu boys who were also engaged in bhajan kirtan, and they came rushing out, saw what was going on. The vehicle which brought these young men fled the scene. 4 of the young men managed to run away, but they caught one of the 5th, and young men being young men, in a moment of passion and religious fervour, beat him up, and the poor guy went to hospital. So that was the catalyst. But what then happened was a proliferation of fake news, which was all anti-Hindu. And I think now, a month later, everybody has had opportunity to scrutinise the reality of what happened and what didn't happen. There was a message which was tweeted which said that some Hindu boys had tried to kidnap a Muslim girl. Didn't happen. Complete falsehood. And yet, it fans the flames of aggression and hatred. And there were other elements which were equally false. 4 or 5 specific tropes were publicised. And that's fine, the police intervened. But where the hatred came in was that immediately the publicity which had been created was transformed into anti-Hindu statements. The BBC arrived on the scene, Channel 4 News arrived on the scene, the Guardian newspaper published an article, and the tropes were all beginning to be resurrected. Out of nowhere, the assertion was put forward that this was RSS, BJP, Hindutva fascists organised attacks on the streets of Leicester. And I say the hatred was harvested because nobody in the establishment chose to scrutinise those statements. They accepted them at face value. Because as we know, Hindus are these crazy sort of fascists, and Modi's a racist and all of that stuff. Nobody scrutinised it. The BBC has a very strict charter which says that reporting must be balanced, biased, unbiased evidence, etc. It went straight out of the water. It was not even apparent and visible that a charter like that existed.